WWF, what the world is watching.
You hear by that iconic, as we all heard, that iconic WrestleMania 4 open, flying through the skies, around the mountains, and into the casino.
We should play that. We should play that before the episode. Can you edit that in
that's
after?
That's a good idea. Yeah, sure. Do you think they were ahead of the game, like the casinos out in the desert? Was that a thing yet in the late 80s? They're kind of like out there.
Was the casino in the desert?
I mean, just by that visual, they're flying through the mountains and everything, and then we're suddenly at the casino.
How much do you think they paid for that footage?
Of flying around that? Well, do you think it's like early drone footage?
Is that what that WWF logo is? Is that one of the first drones?
I think so, yes. That actual logo flew around.
You know what it always reminded me of? You ever watch the old Richard Donner Superman movies?
Like the originals? Like Christopher Reeve?
The Kryptonians get... Yeah. Well, the Kryptonians get put in like that glass thing, like, and then it kind of flips off into space.
The Wonka Vader.
It's like this. Yeah. That's what it always reminded me of that for whatever reason.
Okay. Listen, this is No Holds Barred special video edition. We've been doing some of these. Usually it's Seinfeld's, but now we're doing some tier lists. You might have seen us recently breaking down Macho Man Randy Savage's WrestleMania outfits.
When are we going to do Sid's WrestleMania outfits?
We can do it now if you want. I would go WrestleMania 8 and then WrestleMania 13.
He is wearing black at WrestleMania 8, right?
He's wearing black at both. Yeah, it's like the same outfit. So his hair looks cooler at 8, I think.
Yes, and his entrance is all time. So
yeah.
Just the march to the music.
All right. So tonight we're going to do this. This may be as niche as it comes, and I don't know what we're going to do this by, but whatever.
Wait. More niche than Macho Man Savage's clothes?
I think so.
His
this
clothing?
Is like, when you think of this, what we're about to do, it's like very stupid, but I popped in my head as something from this era that would be fun. Why not? It's one of my least favorite WrestleManias quality-wise, but one of my favorite WrestleManias on pure nostalgia.
Yeah.
If I'm throwing something on to fall asleep or I'm sick and I want some comfort wrestling, like this is going on. But to watch it and review it and talk about it, not so much all the time when you gotta like critically watch this.
35th anniversary of it this year.
There you go. So perfect.
That's why we did it.
Perfect timing. So we're going to tier rank all of the WrestleMania 4 tournament matches. So not the entire card, just the tournament matches.
Yeah.
So you can see here we got the tier maker up.
Yeah.
Of the matches.
So a word. Well, hold on. A word though.
Yeah.
We are in agreement that none of these matches are that good.
They all suck except for the main event.
So, but we are still going to try to populate all the categories.
Yeah, we're going to try and do... Go ahead. You explain it.
Well, we're just going to base them against each other, right? And we're going to try... We have 11 matches to cover. We got 5 categories. We're going to try to get 2 in each, and then we got a wild card we can move around.
Yeah, so that's the scale, right? So, like, it's not a standard 5-star scale. It's kind of a scale against each other, to your point. So our best one is our best. The worst is the worst, and we're going to kind of stack rank in between those.
Yeah.
I guess we'll go chronologically. The pictures are not, I don't think I uploaded them correctly, but let's start with Ted DiBiase versus Jim Duggan. It's the opening round match from round 1. I actually like this. I think it's one of the better matches of the tournament. It's like the only little glimpse we get of like Mid-South wrestling Duggan, I feel like, where he actually, Jesse even says it. He's like, I've never seen Duggan do a move. So like, and I feel like they're bringing some of that chemistry from their Rat Pack feud from Mid-South. Like this is like a pairing that had a lot of chemistry and experience together, and that bleeds in a little bit. It's got the good finish because we set the tone right out of the gate that Andre is going to play a major role for Ted DiBiase on this night. The energy's good because it's the first tournament match. It feels exciting. We don't know what's ahead. So I actually think this is an A tier with the potential to be our S other than the main event.
Okay, let's put it there for now, but I have another match that I think needs to be in the same conversation as that.
Okay.
All right. Now, next up is Don Morocco against Dino Bravo. Allow me to say something. No, get it out of there. Get out of there. It's not an F comparatively.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It's a C, I think, because there's at least a couple matches that deserve a hard F. And this isn't one of them. And actually, I don't. Yeah, it's fine. Like
it's okay. Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna say something maybe a little bit controversial. When you look back at Dino Bravo's,
oh my god,
pay-per-view matches. Okay,
this is where Chad would be ripping the paper up right now if he was on the show.
Well, I don't think he's good.
Fucking guys defending Dino Bravo now.
He's from Canada and he's dead. No, I think he's bad. I get it, but I don't always think that makes for. I don't think it makes for awful.
Where was he on your top 100? Did you have like 80, 70?
No, he's not even in it. But I don't think like I guess my thesis in general is that I find that 80s wrestlers, because they all do a pretty good job of making it look real, there's not a lot of matches that I watch on pay-per-view from the 80s that I'm like, oh, this is bad. There's some that are boring, right? But like Giant Gonzalez is bad. He can barely move, right? Dino
can barely move
at points. Look, I'm not going to defend the Texas Tornado, right? I'm not going to do that.
Did you watch all those friggin' MSGs? Did you watch the Dino matches from those?
Oh, no, I skipped those matches.
All right, well, go watch those and you may reevaluate your thought process.
I'm just talking about the pay-per-views. And I'm not saying he's responsible for any 3-star matches, but I don't think he's responsible for zeros on pay-per-view.
Yeah, this one's okay. I don't mind the side suplex as the finish. He's still got the old school green on. I prefer the next year with him and Garvin when Garvin punches Frenchie Barton in his stupid face.
Oh, it's and he goes down in slow motion.
It's one of the best sucker punches ever. Just like because Frenchie's got his arms up and he somehow goes right. He goes right through the arms. Right to his face.
It goes like behind his arm.
It's like such a good.
Like it comes out.
It's like the best punch ever thrown in wrestling. But this is fine. You get roided up Billy Graham out there.
Yeah. You get Jesus Christ Superstar in the original too.
My issue with this one though, isn't this the stupid finish? Where he pulls the ref in front for the DQ. That's this match, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't mind that as that much. It's
such a dumb finish. We're like this. It sets the tone for this Mania with all the stupid finishes. Like this is like already we have a DQ match 2. Like Dino Bravo is going to be protected. Just have Morocco beat him with a roll up or whatever.
Look, I agree. Morocco should just beat him, but I think this is a you got 11 tournament matches. Some of them are going to be DQs and
some
bullshit. Yeah,
most.
All right, that's
450, I believe. 550, I believe. And then we get the fucking rematch at SummerSlam where Bravo gets his win back, so we make up for it. All right.
I hate too that he thinks he's won, and he does he's doing
That's stupid. All right, Savage Butch Reed we'll do next.
Well, it's Steamboat Valentine next.
Oh, let's do that next. Steamboat Valentine. I like this match. It's feisty.
It feels like a B.
Yeah, it feels like a B.
Because it's good. It's fine. It's good. But
we're only going to see Dave Hebner in the picture, but that is
Steamboat
Valentine. I promise.
The problem with Steamboat Valentine is it's disappointing.
Yeah.
Because Steamboat just had at that time the greatest match of all time the year before.
This whole night's disappointing for Steamboat because it's still I know why they didn't do it, but it's still mind-boggling that they didn't just do Steamboat Savage in round 2 and bring us to rematch. But it wouldn't have been as good. They didn't have the time to get into it, and they didn't want to split Savage's pop. So I get it, but
it wouldn't have split. Savage at this point was way too over.
Yeah, I think Savage beating him clean in like 8 minutes could have been fine, and revenge from the year before. They shake hands after the match. It puts the year coda on it.
Yeah. There's a lot of changes they could make to this card to make it better.
All right, so this was fine. Very perfunctory. I think Savage Reed, in theory, could be a B, but I think we might need that B tier still for other stuff.
Well, look, let's put it in B for now.
Okay. Because I like his scamper to the top for the big elbow.
Oh, I love that. Well, because he throws him off the corner, right?
Yeah, and then he flies up. And this is where Jesse goes on the rant about Liz, and it's unfair and whatever. He's bitching about her, but then she helps him win in this one. And Gorilla, oh, see, that's what she does. She distracts him or whatever. So,
is in the tournament Butch Reed? I guess it might be Dino Bravo, but is Butch Reed the least credible winner? He's definitely in the conversation, right?
Yeah, I think him and Dino, probably. or the worst two guys in the tournament. Because Dino hadn't really done much yet. He had just broken out of the New Dream Team. I think Reed had at least been a solo guy. Well, he had ended Billy Graham's career, like all that. So like, I feel like he at least had done stuff by this point.
Dino Bravo is the world's strongest man at this point. He had broken the record.
Yeah, but that's not wrestling. He's just lifting weights.
I know, but Jesse only used 2 pinkies for the
1.5.
Yeah,
at most. Yeah, I'd say Reed. I mean, I think he's like a little underused, and it's a little disappointing. Like he could have maybe done more. But
was he old at this point?
I don't think so. I mean, Doom is like a year later, and he's great.
Yeah, that's right, eh?
Yeah.
Even when they bring him back to fight Ron Simmons,
right?
Like, so he's 34 years old here.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with him. I don't know if it is something like they just soured on him from if the story's true with the IC title thing. I don't know if that was ever proven either way. If they soured on him for that, or if he pissed them off. But like, he seems like a guy that they would love to push. Like, he's jacked, he's big dude, he could go a little bit, he could talk some. Like, seems like he would have been right in their wheelhouse during this time.
Yeah, but they were already pushing Bad News Brown.
All right.
I say that, but that's,
I know it's true.
But that's true. Like I don't think that's right, but that's been their policy for ever until maybe the last 4 or 5 years.
All right, Bigelow Gang next.
Yeah, I think that's a C.
Yeah, it's just a bad finish.
I know. I didn't do nothing. Yeah. I didn't do nothing, man.
Bigelow getting pulled out. Like, yeah, it's fun while it lasts. Actually, it is fun, like them banging into each other and all that stuff. I like it until the end.
Yeah.
I think Bigelow's like the biggest disappointment of the tournament because he was pretty over. Like, he was teaming with Hogan in January against DiBiase and Andre and stuff. Like, I mean, that's like a big role for him.
Well, this is where it really feels like if they just kind of, I mean, you could change some of the matches, but if you just kind of shifted the brackets around, like, because Bigelow DiBiase would have been a really cool semifinal,
right?
Like Bigelow DiBiase and Savage Steamboat are your semifinals. That'd been really neat.
Yeah. You don't have to change much to get there. Just have Bigelow go over Gang and shift the Steamboat Valentine to the other side. Have Steamboat go over. I guess you'd have to. I don't know. We can talk about it at the end. Let's get through this first. Sure. All right, so that's there. I made sure I picked this picture for Rude versus Roberts. That is Rick Rude with the chin lock on the snake, which is about 12 of the 15 minutes of this match. I don't think it's as bad as you do. Like, I've watched it a couple of times for different stuff, and I had him more like at a 2, whereas you have it as like an all-time bad. But it's so disappointing for these two guys. It perpetuates the talking points we've had over the GWE projects, where both these, like Jake is, we hold in higher regard, but both of them are consistently disappointing in big time matches on pay-per-view, and especially at WrestleMania for Jake.
Terrible.
It's just, and I feel like it's not even their fault. Like, they're the ones that were booked. You think it is?
Yep. I'll explain after you finish, but go on.
I just think they were given the task of having to fill 15 minutes and go to a draw, which at this time, which was the statute of, like, if you watch any MSG that's going to a draw, it's always the same shit. Like, this is what it is. This is how they booked those kinds of matches in the WWF. So I think they got kind of hosed by being put in that position where they weren't able to just sprint it out and go to like a wild. Now, what I would have done instead of the draw is just have them have a wild 5-minute hate brawl and get double disqualification.
Yeah, but they're about to do that in the next round. That's why.
Yeah, I guess I could do it again. Yeah.
Look, here's why. Yeah, here's why it's their fault. Right? You're right. They're booked to have a 15-minute draw. That's not their fault. But they ignore all of the circumstances around the event to put on this match. They ignore any urgency that the world title's on the line. They lay around in holds for, like you said, 12 of 15 minutes. They barely apply the holds when they're on.
Yeah.
Like, why can't we have 15 minutes of action when it's the only 15 minutes you're going to have on the show?
Right.
I get Savage and DiBiase like not going all out in their matches. I get it, because they got to keep coming back.
It just wasn't the style then. It just wasn't like.
I could live with that if the rest of the match had any urgency.
Right. Yeah, there's no urgency.
Like Jake should be trying to DDT him the whole match. Rude should be trying to rude awakening him the whole match. Like it's the choice.
They don't wrestle like it's a tournament for the world title. That's the problem. Yeah.
That's why it's their fault. Because
they probably should have just kept the two of them apart. Like, I think this is where I would have done Jake and Gang and Bigelow Rude, and have Bigelow advance there over Rude.
Right.
You know, and then I think you have Bravo beat Morocco. Bigelow beats Morocco to get to DiBiase in the third round. And you could have Jake and Gang do the double if you need two guys out in the first round. Jake
the Kane is in there. The Snake is in there. There's shit you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's for me, the reason why, just to cap it, the reason why for me it's all-time bad is just because these guys know better and they choose to do this. And this is fucking boring.
Yeah. All right, also fucking boring is Hogan and Andre, which is crazy given their only 3 altercations before this are all awesome. WrestleMania 3, Survivor Series 87, and the main event are all-time classics. And this is just a stinker. It's boring. It's bear hug central.
Yeah.
I don't know if we were just done with it. I mean, the crowd's into it, but you get the fight over the chair. Like, Hogan going out this early in the night is like nuts when you think about it. And it makes sense in the story when you play it out that Andre was only there to get Hogan eliminated. So that's fine, but it's just not much before that.
Right. Yeah. To me, this is our other F.
Right.
Like, again, because we know what it can be and what they choose to give us is this. I wonder if there's a world where if we mess around with the brackets, Andre beats Hogan.
Yep.
And then someone else beats Andre.
No, what I was going to say is the opposite. If DiBiase is going to get that bye anyway,
have Andre.
Andre beats Hogan and then forfeits the match to DiBiase, and that continues the story of Andre. Yeah. Not only did he take out Hogan, he helped him beat Duggan. He took out Hogan, and then he lays down and lets DiBiase win, and then tries to help him in the main event. I think that would have been like, a nice way to go about it.
I think you could have done that, or if you wanted to put someone like Bigelow over him, and who eventually loses, maybe like he beats, so like Bigelow beats Andre in the quarterfinals.
So you're moving Hogan Andre to the first round.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, I don't know. I mean, maybe, or I guess you have to. So like Andre beats Hogan, Bigelow beats Andre, so you build up Bigelow, and then Andre comes back with revenge and helps DiBiase beat Bigelow.
Yeah, you could do that.
I do like your idea of the forfeit, though. That's interesting. In the same way.
The only thing is that takes away DiBiase Bigelow, which I just book. I think you have to give Hogan Andre the bye based on the story. Like, it doesn't make sense to have them fight in the first round of the tournament, given that they were the 2 champions and all that. Like, I think Tunney giving them the bye makes sense.
Yeah, but then it eventually leads to nothing anyway. Like, I get that it makes sense, but then when you look at the outcome, it didn't. Well,
they weren't going to do 16 men, though, unless now you're going to add another match. It's just the whole thing. I think, well, let's go again. Well, we can try and fantasy book it.
Sure.
Morocco, DiBiase.
So this, I think I think this match is better than the Duggan match.
Yeah, I think they're both pretty good. I like the finish. The hot shot on the ropes is great. I'm fine with that.
And Morocco is like really energetic.
Yeah, he always was. I actually, watching a lot of the MSG stuff and all that we did for PTB, I liked him as a face a lot. I think he's actually quite underrated as a face during that run. He's got a lot of fun matches at the house shows, and his energy was always a big part of it.
Yeah, and Graham is good with him, even if he's old and broke it down. The Jesus Christ Superstar music is like incredible entrance music.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like I'm always surprised when I go back and you know how I feel about DiBiase, but I really like this match. I think it might be sneakily like the second or third best on the match on the show.
All right, Savage Valentine.
So I think your mileage may vary on this. I think it's in the vein of the 2 DiBiase matches.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we could put it higher or lower. Like, I don't think it's far.
This is very good.
Yeah.
Let's put it in the A because I think it's a contender for the S. Like, I think we got to put our S contenders in the A.
Check.
All right, so Gang Savage, I guess, is probably going to be our wild card, where we can kind of make. Well, it's got a stupid finish.
It's not really a match.
Right. Savage bumping around is fun. I'd put it in a C. Like, I think it's similar to Gang Bigelow.
It's not long.
Yeah, it's quick.
Yeah. So
right. We know Savage DiBiase's are S.
Yes, easily.
All right, so let's debate these three then. I mean,
it's all so close. It's not like.
Let's eliminate Duggan DiBiase because it's a first round match. So at least we can, if we want to start to nitpick, we can say the other two are more important. Technically, they're the second round. Both guys make the finals, so that's equal.
Yeah. I have both of them ranked at 3 stars. The 2 matches we're talking about. So that doesn't help at all.
Is there any? Who's more realistic if they would have won? Morocco?
Yeah, I guess, but
he's got Graham. He's over. Like I could see Morocco moving on more than Valentine to the semis. So, I mean, Valentine, former IC champ, former world title contender, but he hadn't really done much since fucking WrestleMania 2. Really, I mean, it's been like 2 years and nothing.
The matches are like the same length too.
Yeah, I think the DiBiase one's got more energy. Like to your point, I think it's it's crazy, but I think I would go DiBiase Morocco. I think I like it a little bit better.
I'm okay with that, but like it's a toss up.
Yeah.
Right. Like it.
Yeah. All right. So do you like this order? All right. So is Hogan Andre our worst, or is Jake Root our worst?
Jake Root is the worst.
Okay. I would go Bigelow Gang above Morocco Bravo, but I'm fine with it above Savage Gang.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, because Morocco Bravo is at least a match.
Yeah.
Where things happen.
I like Steamer Valentine. Well, no, that Savage Elbow I think is the best part of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that I think we have it. I think we have it done.
Okay. Cool. All right. So if we had a fantasy book real quick, I think what I would do is DiBiase.
You got to keep DiBiase and Savage in the different brackets, right?
Right.
Yeah, you have to put DiBiase and Savage in different brackets. Now, do we up it to 16? There you go. Do we up it to 16 men?
No, let's just do what they had. I don't want to we can shuffle the guys, but let's keep who they had in it.
Who they had. Because it also feels like there's some people, there's at least 2 people left off that I think could be in it that would be interesting.
Right.
And one of
Warrior.
them, I think Honky.
Yeah.
Like, I know we have him for the Intercontinental, but like, he'd be a really interesting member of this because he could sneak by a couple rounds before getting destroyed.
Right. But now let's keep it how they have it. So we have Hogan Andre, and then we would have
Bigelow.
So DiBiase's going to be in this grouping.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, he's going to meet him in the semis, so he's going to be down here. Because we want to do Andre DiBiase in this, or do you want to do which path do you like better? Andre laying down for DiBiase or the Bigelow DiBiase semis?
Well, do we also still have to respect the number of matches they had?
Yeah.
Because we lost 2 matches, right? In theory, like a 14-man tournament, you should have 13 matches, right?
Yeah, I think we got to take 2 out. So we already know Hogan Andre's gone. If we put DiBiase Duggan here.
Yeah.
And then all right, so then DiBiase would advance.
You're just doing the exact same turn.
No,
we'll put Dino Bravo in Morocco.
No, because we want DiBiase to fight. Yeah, Bigelow. I think that's fine. No, we want to get Bigelow in the semis, or you want to do the.
Well, Bigelow's not going to go in the semis now.
Well, he could.
No, because it's going to be DiBiase Andre in the semis the way you have it set up.
We want to do that.
Yeah.
So then you want to do no, because I would have done the bot. Yeah, all right, that's fine. So Andre DiBiase.
Yeah.
And then DiBiase.
Yeah.
And then we go. So we had said Roberts.
Savage.
Well, we had said Roberts versus Gang, right?
Then Bigelow Rude. You got to get Gang.
Yeah, Bigelow Rude.
I pointed at my screen as though everyone can see it. Like a fucking moron.
All right, so then we're going to have Roberts advance, right?
Yeah.
And then we had.
Do Steamboat Valentine. Steamboat. Yeah, do Steamboat.
No, because we need Steamboat Valentine down here, right? Because you want to do Steamboat Savage.
Yeah, but have Steamboat Roberts in the second round.
Oh, yeah, okay. Rematch their old feud.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, then we still need the draw, though.
Right.
So we can't have I probably don't want the face getting the draw, right?
No. Savage Reed. We'll keep Reed.
And then what's left? It's
Doug Bravo Morocco.
Right. I say we do Savage Morocco. Fuck it. And then I think we have Robert's gang be the DQ.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. And Steamboat Savage.
Yeah, that sets up Steamboat Savage. So Savage is going to overcome him.
Yeah.
And then you're there. And this is a non-match. You still lose the 2 matches because Andre just lays down. I think it's a little bit better. I don't know if it's significantly better, but you get Savage Steamboat, Savage Morocco is cool.
Yeah.
You eliminate Rude and Jake, and you add the Andre twist, and you add DiBiase Bigelow. Which
cool. I think the only other way you mess around with this is if you start fucking with like more of the pairings. But yeah, no, this is good because in theory you could do Savage Steamboat in the first round.
Yeah. Well, and DiBiase Bigelow again was kind of the feud. Like Bigelow.
Yeah.
That's that big tag in January at MSG is him and Hogan. So like you already positioned Bigelow as Hogan's buddy anyway. So like him being in that position, works with DiBiase going over him, kind of pays off that thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you enjoyed this, you can enjoy all of our stuff for every Saturday on No Holds Barred. We're here at North South Connection. Subscribe. Just go right down on YouTube. I think you just hit that. You hit subscribe. You get notified of all these videos that come at you. We have so much video content, like literally.
Yeah. It went up fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we had nothing, and then there's like 400 videos.
It's a lot of fun. At WrestleMania season, we're doing a ton of content, all kinds of these tier lists, as well as Ryan Gray and all the different staff members have been previewing every match of this year's WrestleMania. Plus, we have all of our long-form podcasts in video form as well, for the most part. So just go to southconnection.com if you're interested in the audio versions. But if you like the video, to subscribe here, follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And otherwise, we'll talk to you soon on the No Holds Barred Special Edition.